Okay, good morning. It's 5 a.m. It's Daryl P here, aka Artist in Recovery, and I'm leaving for my walk. And I wanted to show you a little bit more of where I live. I got a great comment this morning from the Netherlands. I love getting comments from abroad. I love hearing about customs and ways of life and the daily routine of people across the globe. That's one of my favorite things. So thank you. Anybody that's not in the United States, I love getting comments. I love getting comments from everybody, but I love hearing from people around the world. Okay, we're about ready to go out into the parking lot. Now, this is like a gated community. Like there's a pass to get in, pass code to get in here. There's gates to get your car, the cars in here and everything. I usually check my car every morning. This is a new car, and it's got this weird glitch where if I hold the key fob too hard and I press on the buttons, the windows go down. That's weird, right? And it's happened before, and I want to make sure the windows aren't down. So I have to do that every morning. I'll talk more about that in the future. Okay, so it's nice, it's beautiful in here. It's all landscaped, and it's nice in here, but it's all fenced in and gated. And once you leave here, it's a different story. So I'm coming up to the gate here now, and right outside here is a questionable area. Like I said, I've been clean and sober for 19 years, but I easily recognize areas where there might be drug use or drug sales. I could spot that pretty easily, having dealt with that. There we go. Now we're out in the jungle now. Okay, so like I said, right over here there's a park, and when I first moved here and I was riding my mountain bike by this park, I get calls, and nods from the dealers over there trying to call me over, and I would just give them a hard look, like I'm not interested, don't fuck with me. I wanted them to see that I heard them. I'm not ignoring them, I'm not afraid of them, and I really want nothing to do with whatever they're into. So they have been they look the other way when I go by now. Okay. Sometimes there's a guy in this parking lot, and it seems like he's up all night, and I don't know if he's tweaked out or what. He's not here this morning, but I've seen him sweeping the parking lot at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I've seen him down on his hands and knees, sweeping up and picking up the leaves in the parking lot. He doesn't look mentally handicapped, but I don't know what his deal is. All right, now there's a bus stop right up here too, so we got a lot of transient people. I'm gonna turn this off right now because I've got to be on my toes. Okay, I'm back. It is a relatively safe city. This is Bristol, Connecticut, home of ESPN. Yes, the studios, corporate headquarters, everything is right here in this city. When you go by, there's like huge satellite dishes all across the front of the property. It looks like NASA or something, but it's actually ESPN. What else is here? Oh, Otis Elevator. Otis Elevator, one of the biggest producers or manufacturers of elevators in the world, is here. They have these huge elevator test towers. I'd love to take you guys there. I've been thinking about that. I was going to ask them about tours and if I could film and make a video where I could take you guys on a tour, up into these elevator test towers. So I'm looking into that. Also, this is Bristol, Connecticut, is the home of Lake Compounce. It's a large amusement park. It's the oldest running, continuously running amusement park in the country. Lake Compounce. It's a pretty good, like I said in the video yesterday, it's thriving. There's a lot of new buildings all over the place here. New apartments, new businesses. Although 2 years ago, we just passed the 2-year anniversary, I think. I'll put the link down below to this. 3 officers got ambushed. They got a call about a domestic disturbance, and they were ambushed by a guy with a rifle, and 2 of the officers were killed. The 3rd officer was hit, but managed to fire back and take out the perpetrator. So it was a very sad time in the city with those 2 officers being killed. They still have blue lights throughout this whole city in remembrance of those 2 officers. All right. Okay, now here's something else, and maybe somebody out there can help me with this. I would love to do a live stream. I'm planning on doing a live stream Thanksgiving morning, tomorrow morning, same time, 5 a.m. And I have a problem with my software, with my phone that I'm going to film it on. I tried to set it up this morning. And if you remember, if you've been watching my channel for a while, back a couple months ago, I tried to do a live stream and I had problems again, too. It says that I don't have Chrome as a default browser. And I do. I checked it. I double checked it. I do have Chrome as my browser, as my default browser. And it's giving me that reason why it won't let me live stream or set up I was trying to set up a schedule for tomorrow morning to set up a time to live stream tomorrow morning, and it kept telling me that I need to set Google Chrome as my default browser. If any of you are familiar with this, please help me out in the comments. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. This is a new phone too. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's wrong here. I'm signed into YouTube and everything. It's a valid channel, so I'd love to go live tomorrow. So if somebody could help me out, why it keeps telling me that I need to set my default browser to Chrome, Google Chrome, when it is on Google Chrome already. So if you could help me out with that. It's a warm morning here in Connecticut. It's actually 55 degrees this morning, which is crazy tropical for this part of the country. And then tomorrow, and especially Friday, the wind chills are gonna be down in the teens and 20s. That's very common around here. Mark Twain did live in Connecticut, in Hartford, Connecticut. I've been on tours of his house before. And he is the one that said, a lot of people quote this. Like, people from all over the country and all over the world will quote this. They'll say, if you don't like the weather in wherever they are, let's say England, or let's say Oklahoma, just wait a minute, or just wait 5 minutes, and it'll change. And this quote is actually, it's Mark Twain, and he actually said it about New England, or I don't know if it was Connecticut or New England. So stop stealing our quote, man. That was Mark Twain talking about, I believe it was New England. I'm not sure if he actually said Connecticut. Let me know what you think about that. One more thing I want to chat about this morning. I'm a huge fan of Aerosmith. I've talked about that before. I've seen literally hundreds of concerts. I have not been to a concert since I got clean and sober in 19 years, which is kind of sad. No particular reason. I just haven't gone. Well, at first, when I was first clean, the first 5 years, I really didn't want to be in a smoke-filled bar or auditorium. When I say smoke, I mean weed. But now I miss it. Anyway, I've seen Aerosmith, at least 8 or 9 times. The first time I saw them was really sad. It was back in when they broke up, in Done with Mirrors tour, I think it was. And it was sad. Tyler was a mess. But when I saw him subsequently, I saw him at Giant Stadium in I think it was 1989 with Deep Purple and Guns N' Roses, and it was phenomenal. But anyway, Yungblud, okay? I never really heard of this guy until the last couple months, and I see Steven Tyler and him, this English dude. I think it's what you would call a Cockney accent. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. And he's this young guy, and hearing him talk, you know, I like him. I like the dude. To me, he seems like a young English version of Steven Tyler. A lot of people commented that it seems like, you know, Tyler is kind of like a father figure to Yungblud. Actually, it would be a grandfather figure, but I don't want to say that. And so yesterday, I was going through YouTube and listening to Wild Woman. If you watched yesterday's video, the video the day before where I'm walking out here, I've had this song on my brain for days now. Wild, 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 wild woman. You know, and I love the lyrics too. I hide away the places that I stay. I love the lyrics. But I found that there's a bunch of songs that they did. From what I understand, they went into the studio. I think Yungblud reached out to Tyler and Joe Perry, and it meshed. And I think they did these songs in LA. So there's a bunch of songs. I'll put some of the links down below. But my favorite is Wild Woman so far. This Yungblud dude, he's got some talent. You know, his singing voice and Tyler's just mesh incredibly. It sounds like the same person almost. You know, it's an incredible combination. I love to see a band like Aerosmith that's been around for 50 freaking years. And I love to see them getting new blood, no pun intended, new energy into the group, into the songs. You know, I love the guitars and you know, the rhythms and everything. Really good. I'm so happy to see that. So I'm just wondering, you know, what's in Yungblud's future? Because unfortunately, I don't know. Being a recovering addict and 60 years old, I know a lot of these guys that get this quick fame and fortune, burnout. You know, there's this weird thing where so many rock stars died at, I think it's 27 years old, or is it 28? Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. There's so many of them that passed away. You'll have to forgive me. I don't remember if it's 27 or 20. I think it's 27. So, you know, I wish him the best, and I hope he doesn't get caught up in the trappings of success and fame. You know, let me know what you think about that.